harmful to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are legalized by statute laws, sanctified by political parties, and enforced by the power of the sword, in no way justifies their continued existence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all human beings, irrespective of race, color, sexual orientation, or economic standing, are born with the equal right to share at the table of life. That to secure these rights, there must be established among men political, social, and economic freedom. We hold further that government exists to secure the rights of the people from corrupting economic powers, and that legitimate government exists by the consent of the governed. We further maintain that corporations are property, not persons, and money is not political speech. The history of the American kings of finance and monopoly capitalism is the history of repeated crimes, injustice, oppression, outrage, corruption, and abuse, all aiming at the suppression of individual liberties and the exploitation of the people and the people's resources. A vast country, rich enough to supply all her children with all possible comforts and ensure well-being to all, is in the hands of a few, while the nameless millions are at the mercy of ruthless wealth gatherers, unscrupulous lawmakers, and corrupt politicians. Sturdy sons of America are forced to tramp the country in a fruitless search for bread, and many of her daughters are driven into the street, while thousands of tender children are daily sacrificed on the altar of money and profit. The reign of these kings of corporate power is holding mankind in slavery, perpetuating poverty and disease, maintaining crime and corruption, destroying the very health of the natural world that sustains us all. It is fettering the spirit of liberty, throttling the voice of justice, and degrading and oppressing humanity. It is engaged in continual war and slaughter, devastating the country and destroying the best and finest qualities of man. It nurtures superstition and ignorance and sows prejudice and strife, turning the human family into a camp of vagabonds and beggars. We, therefore, the freedom-loving men and women, realizing the great injustice and brutality of corporate rule, earnestly and boldly do hereby declare that each and every individual is and ought to be free to own himself and to enjoy the fruit of his labor. That man is absolved from all allegiance to these corporate feudal lords and monopoly capitalists. That he has, by the very fact of his being, free access to a sustainable and equitable economy. That each and every individual has the unquestionable and unbridgeable right of free and voluntary association with other equally sovereign individuals for economic, political, social, and all other purposes. And that to achieve this end, man must emancipate himself from the tyranny of monopolistic corporations and the new feudal lords of America and their paid lackeys in Congress. And for the support of this declaration, and with a firm reliance on the harmonious blending of man's social and individual tendencies, the lovers of liberty joyfully consecrate their uncompromising devotion, their energy, their intelligence, their solidarity, and their lives. Thank you.